So what is the secret of working with people in projects? In this video I'd like to talk with you about what every project manager should know about neurology to understand how people think. I'm Jan van Egmond, I'm project manager, I'm researcher, and I'm hacking and cracking the best and worst of project management to find better ways to stay in control and that are easier to learn and easier to use. Well, they sometimes say that the soft stuff is harder than the hard stuff when they talk about people. Well, some facts: most of the work in project is done by people through thinking. And certainly the most critical parts of the project. That is planning, engineering, designing, problem solving. And how do we do that? How does our brain do all that thinking? Well, it's good to know that the thinking is the work of the prefrontal cortex. And this is the place where our consciousness is. And it works in collaboration with the neocortex. One of the prime tasks of the prefrontal cortex is to focus our attention and to suppress distractions. And the thinking works like how you would type in your search query in Google and get an answer back. Well, the prefrontal cortex Googles the neocortex for everything it wants to know. Knowing the name of a person who just said hi, giving an estimate, how to say something and how to construct a sentence. And then just one thing at a time, one by one. And the other way around also works. When it draws a certain conclusion, it can Google back the answer back into the neocortex to memorize it. It doesn't work that well. You forget a lot of things, but that you know that already. Well, this is the way it works. Back and forth, back and forth. The neurologists call that recursion. Well, when we think during engineering, problem solving, creativity and trying to focus on something and suppressing disruptions for not being distracted, the brain has a predator mindset. But the predator mindset is regulated by specific molecules released in the brain and in the blood, activating neurons that connect the prefrontal cortex with the neocortex, suppressing neurons carrying sensations from senses, what you hear, what you see, for not being distracted, with fresh oxygen and nutrient-rich blood flowing through the prefrontal cortex. With the predator mindset we are focused, we are eager, to achieve our goal, we are concentrated, we are in control. And then we have also the prey mindset, and this is trying to escape, like a hunted prey. It is not about where to go to, it is what to get away from, regardless what the threat is. And also this is regulated by molecules, different ones this time, and the blood flows are also regulated differently. There is no fresh oxygen and nutrient-rich blood for the prefrontal cortex anymore. Deactivating the neurons that must connect the prefrontal cortex with the neocortex. The prefrontal cortex is kind of disabled, disconnected. The brain is hijacked by survival reflexes to escape, making you hypersensitive for what you hear, what you see, what you smell, for what your concerns are, for your worries, for everything that possibly could go wrong, and seeking for a route to escape. But when this happens, we can't think clearly anymore. We lack the focus on our task, we get distracted constantly, we're trying to think how to get away and escape, or for not doing what we should do. We feel lack of control. And the part of the brain that regulates the mindset is the brainstem. And that's a reflex machine with hard-coded reflexes from, well, hundreds of millions of years ago. The brainstem is more or less inherited from a reptilian ancestor with the intelligence of a crocodile. And this is in control of the mindset that we are in, how we perceive projects, how we behave in projects. Whether reflexes puts us in a prey mindset or not, we don't have any control about it. We can't suppress it when it happens. It happens when it happens. It is fully under control of that crocodile that lies deep in our brain. And this is the thing I discovered. Project organizations constantly create circumstances that trigger the reflexes, that evokes the prey mindset, and don't meet the circumstances that are needed for a predator mindset to do our work. Well, the simple thing to do is in projects is to create circumstances for predator's mindset and to prevent situations that might evoke the prey. And it's even that difficult. It is pretty straightforward. And it is obvious that your plans and your leadership will be better when you know how to control that mindset through creating the right circumstances in your project. Now, I understand you want to know exactly what these factors are and what those circumstances are. And I have good news. I'm finalizing the part of my book Project Management Secret that deals about the neurology for project managers. And if you want to be informed about the availability of my book, and when you want to know more about project management secrets, you might already download one of the other chapters from my book. Chapter 5. And this is a project management guideline that is designed based on a totally new concept of fulfilling the basic needs. And it is ideal for project managers who don't know where to begin, but also can't afford right now to go to class or don't have the time for it. And it is for experienced project managers who have tried everything already and maybe experienced that nothing works. Well, if you like to see more of these kinds of videos, then you also might consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching.